Hey everybody! I think everything's in working order. Let me check. Just gotta make sure that the mic is picking everything up. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. So I made some adjustments to make the music a little bit louder, since I've noticed in the past few VODs that the music is a little bit quiet, a little too quiet. And I've since added a few tracks. The first track that played is one of them. It's from Pokemon Quest, which is it's a really cutesy game. I personally couldn't get into actually playing it, but I jam out to the music. The music is wonderful. And my daughter is really enjoying it right now, so I'm just kind of enjoying it with her. So yes, okay. So, tonight, well, the last session that I did was actually a really short one. But I think what I want to do tonight is I probably want to add like some kind of leaf that goes like this, and then I probably want to like sort of reduce some of the coloration here on this horn. It sticks out a little bit too much. I think I need to add like a little layer of just really really transparent cyan over that, so that it kind of blends in with the surrounding area. And let me think, what else is there to do? Oh yes, School of Fish. I have a School of Fish that I want to do. I want to kind of make up here. I've talked about that quite a bit, but I didn't forget, even though I haven't gotten there yet. Let me think, what else should I tackle? I also kind of need to stitch him into the background so that he blends in, or he blends in too much. I want him to actually pop out a little bit more, so I will be kind of adding like some pretty hard edges and highlights and things like that, especially around the tail. It definitely blends in with the background a little too much, so I'm going to try to work on that as well. So let's get to it, huh? I suppose I can start with the leveling gel with some cyan. So there's supposed to be a pretty crazy storm coming tonight, and I could see it out in the distance, and the lightning is wild. But I have no idea at all if it's gonna be here, if it's gonna be here soon, or if it's just gonna pass right over us. I don't know. The last few nights, really just over the weekend, we had this really insane storm. The storm was just really, it was a monsoon. There were a couple of them actually, back to back. And it wasn't at all during the day. They only came out at night, which is bizarre, but that's just how they are. Yeah, and so then, like, it was crazy. Like, the wind was really, really crazy, and we had so much lightning. It was going, like, every few seconds, it was just firing off, like, and there was so much thunder, and I swear something hit. Like, I swear the first night we had lightning strike somewhere really close by. It was so close. Like the room that I was in with my husband, all of our blinds were closed. They were completely closed. And so, like, it was just really shocking, because they were all closed, yet the entire room lit up brighter than any lights that we even have in the house. Like, it was so bright in there. For a moment, it was just so bright. And we had all of our lights off, like, and it was just so bright. Like, it lit up everything better than any lights that we even own. So it was like crazy. And then the thunder was just so intense. It was like shaking the house. And I really really believe that somewhere in our backyard or on our property, something got hit, just the ground, I guess. Or even like maybe our neighbor's house or something. I don't know. It's just really scary. It was like really the craziest thunderstorm we've had here that I am aware of. I mean, At least since we've moved here, it's the craziest. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna storm tonight, but it's supposed to. It might just be late, or maybe it'll just pass over. Who knows? I did put a little heads up though on my updates, and my little son-in-law in the corner there is talking about it as well, just in case. But it seems like my internet is actually quite stable, so I'm not so worried about it. It's pretty much a just in case sort of scenario. Here we go. So I think that's kind of working out a little bit better. It just was kind of like sticking out a little bit too much, and that was kind of not really working for me. I didn't think it looked too good like that, so. Well, I'm glad for this super transparent acrylic medium really helps. Right, so that works, and let's see, what else? Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Tuesday now. It's almost the middle of the week. For, you know, at least people here. Alright, so let's see. The next thing that I can work on now, a little something right there is kind of bugging me. I'm just gonna, I can't peel that off. I feel like I'll ruin it if I keep messing with that. Okay. So I got myself a nice little reference photo, or a few pictures rather, of schools of fish. And that's going to help me, it should help me to paint schools of fish. Let's take a look at our downloads. Okay, so I took, I just got these stock photos, like this one's an alarmy stock photo of some fish, so it's gonna kind of help me to get like the shape and stuff down. So far so good. Let's take a look. Alright, so a few fish that look like this. I think these are red snappers, I'm not sure. They look like red snappers. Alright, so I think what I can do now is just kind of like, you know, paint some really vague shapes up in the distance there. Perhaps, I'm wondering if I should kind of use like some of this medium here first, like this super transparent stuff, that hopefully it might help me like kind of map out a little bit where they're going to go, where the fish are gonna go, while also kind of like pre-wetting the canvas. So if I do this, it might help me for when I want to paint the fish over top. So we are like almost done with this part of the painting. Now you guys are probably wanting a scene change because we're, what, 16 sessions in now? Is this number 16, I think? That's a lot of sessions, and I would agree that it is a lot of sessions, and it's probably getting a little boring. But I do have a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of an ace up my sleeve, if you will, because, well, you'll see. It's a little bit of a surprise. It's not something that I'm sharing quite yet, but I think we can agree that it will be, at the very least, interesting. I really think it'll be interesting. Okay, let's mix some of that in there. I'm thinking I kind of want to do like some green over top of that. Just a very transparent. Yeah, very transparent green. Alright, I'm gonna use some ultramarine. This is where this clear leveling gel stuff really comes in handy. It's good for mixing with like paint colors and just kind of making them really transparent so that details can show up underneath without having to worry too much about covering everything. You can paint over top of things without needing to worry too much about obscuring stuff. So I'm starting to do that with this turtle in particular. I'm going to paint more details over top of that. But for right now, we're gonna leave him pretty simple. I think just gonna be a really simple silhouette just for now. But he will have some more details added to him at a later time. Gammy loves ramen. Hi! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for being here. Thanks for chilling with me while I paint. While we're still on this, we're still on the same painting, but it's okay. We're going to have a scene change pretty soon. You know what I noticed is I actually don't have a shop towel in here, so I might need to go get one. Something? Yeah, I must have done something with the shop towel. It must have needed to be replaced. I'll be right back. I should actually have one on deck, just outside, so I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Got a new shop towel, nice and clean and free of paint. Awesome. Yeah, so there's a chance that we might get a crazy storm tonight, but we're still waiting to find out. We don't know. We have no idea. So like every time I look at the weather, they change it, they update it, it's different, and they don't know, man, they don't know. It's like it was supposed to be, there was supposed to be a crazy storm. There was supposed to be like a really wild storm that was, it was supposed to be at like 5 p.m. or something initially today, and then it changed. It switched up on us. And then it said it was going to happen at 7, and then it said it was going to happen at 9. And well, you know, now it's 10, and I don't think it's really storming. We had a crazy, like, a gigantic cloud that was heading toward us really fast, and then it just kind of switched directions, which was just wild. I mean, I really thought it was coming toward us. Shane and I both did. I mean, it could still be, so I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what color I want to make those fish, or if I even really want to make them a color at all. I'm thinking I can mucky up some ultramarine and just take it from there and see what we can do with it. All right. So I kind of want to do like a little bitty fish. Man, it's gonna be kind of fun, you know, like we're just gonna have all these little fish. All these different colors on my brush right now, so I'm getting like little variations in color. Some of them look really ultramarine, some of them look kind of like orange, almost brown. Get a lot of fish in there, so many fish. Okay, so Gammy Loves Robin, how are you doing today? How's your week going? Had a whole bunch of caffeine, so I'm raring to go. I am ready. I am ready for painting fish. A lot of fish going on in there. There's a lot of fish, but it's kind of hard to see through the camera these little specks that I'm doing. They're there, the details are very much there, but it's very hard to see. In fact, they really stick out so much more on the canvas. It's surprising how little you actually see from the camera. You guys can't really see a whole lot. Okay, I'm back. I'm always accidentally disconnecting myself. No worries at all. Twitch is kind of funky like that. It does that to me a lot. In fact, I tend to have a lot of issues just viewing through the Twitch app. Just before streaming, I just downloaded a new app that's for like streaming tools. And there's a way to view Twitch through it. And so I'm just wondering if it might be an easier alternative than actually using the official Twitch app, which sounds really stupid, but you know, it might work. It might work. I was going to say, how's your week been thus far? Almost midweek. I just had so much caffeine. I like kind of want to do like a swirl that kind of goes this way. It's almost like a really opposite sort of thing that's like it's gonna kind of twirl and then just like kind of twirl down and stuff. Like I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of going with the flow, I guess. Like a big school of fish. We're just going to, oh, it looks like I've been locked out of my, speaking of, work was busy this past weekend. It always takes me a while to recover. For sure. Hold on, let me just disable this app lock. I'm not sure what made it start, but I'm gonna try to disable it for the next 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay, there we go. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to work the really long shifts that just kind of... I'm sure it's a lot to recover from. For sure. You have to stay awake and, you know, be ready for anything. And yeah, I mean, for sure. It's gonna take some time to recover. I mean... Alright, so let's see. These crazy fish, there's so many of them. And they should almost be a little bit more dense though. A little more densely packed. So these guys are gonna take a while, I think, for me to actually like fill the details in. Because there's so many of them. There's so many. You can't even really see them on the camera. I mean, I guess a little bit if you really look closely. I wish I could see those fishies. I might be able to zoom in. Hopefully it's not, hopefully I don't mess with the tripod too much doing this. I'm just gonna be real careful to zoom and just, you know, kind of show you the details. Oh gosh, I'm messing it up. Ah! Yeah, okay, so hopefully that's a good look, but I'm gonna back out just a little bit, and hopefully I didn't just totally ruin the view. Oh boy. Hold on. It's hard to do. Especially on this tarp, you'd think a tarp would help, but the tripod sticks to the tarp, and it can be a little bit difficult to work with. Man, the tarp is necessary. Super necessary. Okay, I think that's better. There we go. Don't. It's all good. Don't worry. We have fixed it. See? All is well. Yeah, so there's a super ultra secret phase 2 of this painting, which I have yet to share, but I'm really excited about it. And I invested in a little something to make it possible. And I know everybody wants a scene change. I'm sure everybody's tired of seeing the same updates of the same painting. Because it's like, you know, seeing the same image over and over and over. And, you know, like, naturally that would get a little bit boring. But, fret not. Something's kind of going to change about this that I think you guys will like. I think everybody will probably really like, hopefully. Yeah, so let's see. It looks like the shape of our school of fish is pretty much good. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get some some cyan, mix it with a little bit of this super transparent acrylic medium. We're gonna mix it real good. Okay. And then we're going to just use some straight up, well actually I could probably just use straight up cyan, because I think that would be just dark enough. Some cyan, maybe a little ultramarine, because it does need to be a little darker, I think. It's just gotta be some blue. Not too much though. I don't want to make it too dark. Alright, so let's try this. And we're gonna kind of get them densely packed in here. Yep. Kind of get these little fish packed. And so they're just kind of like little brush strokes, really. I mean, these little guys don't really have a whole lot of like shape to them, really, right now. But for some of the larger ones that kind of are closer, I do want to add some like shape and definition to them. In fact, I might add some like larger ones that are in there. Just a couple, just a few that have a lot more detail on them. They'll be a little bit like the birds with that digital piece that I did. The little crows that were flying around in the sky. It's kind of similar to that. A little bit similar to that. Pretty densely packed in here. There we go. Okay, very cool. And then, right, and then I also need to do like a brighter color, so mix it with a little bit of white. I need like cyan and I need white. So some of these are going to be kind of reflected, I think. A little bit of reflectivity on these fish will probably really help. Okay, a little bit of reflectivity. I'm really excited to get into the second phase of this painting. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. Like, okay. Yeah, so I think this is kind of working out a little bit. I really need the really, really reflective ones to be in the little rays of light over here. Oh yeah, okay, that's working out. It's hard to see. Like I said, it's real hard to see in the camera view. But you know, I'll get a really good scan of this, so you won't have to worry about it. You'll be able to see all the details and stuff. And it won't be so hard to see through the scan. The scan will pretty much have everything in it. All right, Comrade Panda, hello. It's a wee bit late for me, but I wanted to come and say hi. Well, welcome, Comrade Panda. Thank you so much for being here. Hello. I hope you're having a good day, and yeah, it's a little late here, and I fully understand, but I appreciate that you were able to stop by and say hi. It's awesome that you did that, but feel free to get some sleep. No obligations here, you know? It's nice that you popped in. Thank you for that. Right now I'm working on a school of fish. It's a little hard to see in the camera, but that's okay. The scan will show everything. So I'm not too worried about that. All these little details just kind of thrown in there. It's definitely going to be a little hard to see, but yeah, especially since it's pretty close to my light source. My light source up here I've noticed it kind of like gets rid of some of the details that are up here because it's so bright. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it because I feel like this is the best lighting setup I can achieve. It actually looks quite good to me for now. It's possible I might upgrade in the future though. This looks incredible. Having a little snack, so I wanted to come take a look again. Right on, thank you. I appreciate you. Comrade Panda. I think I recognize you. Hold the phone. Comrade Panda. I feel like, do I recognize you, Comrade Panda? Just a quick question. Quick little question. I very much appreciate you. You're awesome. Thanks for stopping by and chilling while you get a snack. Do you remember a host raid from Kami? Yes, I do. I remember Kami Trauma. Oh, okay. And that's how you found my channel. You're awesome. That's so cool. The way that you were talking, the way that you were, typing, reminded me of somebody that I know in person. So I thought maybe you were that person, but it just reminded me of somebody. So that makes a whole lot of sense though. I remember Kami Trauma and the raid. That was awesome. That's so cool. You're part of that. That's awesome. That makes so much more sense to me. Okay. I thought I remembered the name, Comrade Panda. Hopefully in a good way. Yes, in a good way. You actually remind me of friends. The way that you're typing still, like with the XD face. Oh yeah, you give me the vibes of a friend of mine. That's great. Yeah, in a good way. I totally mistook you for somebody. And the panda part too, his character, I think he was streaming for a while, or he was going to stream or something, and his little character was a red panda, so I thought maybe like there was a possibility. I was like, is this that? Like, but okay, so that makes more sense, because I don't think I've ever seen that person on my stream before, so I wouldn't have known. I think he's pretty much busy with life, but like, I just mistook you for a friend of mine for a sec. I was just like, remind me of somebody, the way that you're typing is familiar. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. I get around in a lot of circles, been around the block, you could say. Well, that's cool. That's great. It's good to have friends in different groups and different areas and doing different things. I really think that that's good. Alright, so we're kind of getting in a little bit of details over here with these fisheromies. Fisheromies. That sounded awful. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to do some like larger silhouettes in here as well. The larger ones would have to be a little bit more detailed, like more so. It's really got to be dynamic. This is the thing, especially around here. It has to be more dynamic. So let me just try to pick out the perfect color for that. I think I have just the thing, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. Once again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. I'm winging everything. Honestly, the whole thing is just... Yeah. Also, the Sonic theme just hit my soul for sure. It's good. It is such a good one. That's a mood. I'm rather busy with life too. I don't know. Have you seen us both in the same place at the same time? That's funny, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that Sonic theme is so good. It is so good. I added some new tracks to my playlist of music. Some of them actually even from the Pokemon Quest game. There's that game called Pokemon Quest, and it's like got the little blocky Pokemon in it, and it's like got some really good music. It's like got no right to have good music, you know? It's just a little spin-off on like Android and well, it's on the Switch, but it's like more or less like an Android game, really. And it's such a simple game, and it's just a spin-off, and it's got really good music. So I added some tracks from that, and they're too good. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I think I'm kind of seeing what I need to see. I do need a few little red dots in here. A little bit of color in our fishies so that we can tell how they look a little bit. And then we should get a little bit of shape definition around them. Just the silhouette, really. We should work on the silhouette. I merely jest. I also hope you don't mind if I borrow from art strats from you. I'm trying to improve on my art journey as well. Oh yeah, of course. Anything that I'm doing, if you have any questions, I'm totally happy to share. And anything, of course, like if I can think of something, will share that as well. So I'm really happy to help out any way that I can. If I have any valuable information to offer for you, I'd be happy to help for sure. We're all on a journey, you know, it's all a learning journey, and we're all just trying to take our own path with it and everything like that. So if I have anything of value to you, I'd definitely be happy to share, for sure. For sure. There is stuff that I try to share, like, you know, little details, especially with like the paints and stuff like that. I like to talk about the types of paints that I use, and I'll run you through those as well if you like. And how to check like the paints and like their kind of like their stats almost. When you're looking at them, they have different types of like they can be full body, light body, medium body, and they have like different grades. And of course, I don't really go super expensive with my paints. I go pretty middle of the road or lower, not super low grade, not bottom of the barrel. I won't touch anything that's got basic all over it. Like, okay. Some not from. The word struggle is real. I'm still at the basics, so I'm looking at shapes and stuff. I have a hard time drawing the model the way I see it in my head. Oh, that's always a struggle. Yes, there's always this disconnect. What you think of in your head isn't always what comes out on the canvas or on the paper or whatever you're working on. In fact, it almost never is exactly the same for me. But what really helps a lot is just sketching things out over and over and over again, not being afraid to correct and change things, make different adjustments and stuff like that. And this is something that I really advise everybody to do, that not everybody will do, and sometimes I'm even stubborn and I don't do it, but one of the best things that you can do if you are just starting out, or really all the time, but people neglect to do, is to see a mirrored version of your art. So see it flipped. Whether that is taking a mirror to it and like putting it up to it and looking at it in the mirror, or taking a picture of it and then flipping it so that it is a mirrored version of your artwork. And what that does is that gives you a new perspective and prevents art lean. So something happens in our brains that we just kind of like, when we're looking at the same image and we're drawing out an image and stuff like that, our vision it gets kind of stale while we're working on something. And we tend to have this like kind of lean or asymmetry, and I'm guilty of doing this as well, all the time. I mean, I have a little bit of art lean in this painting. I believe when I see it flipped, there's a little bit of composition, like a lean in the composition. I'm trying to fix that by offsetting it with some fish, but there's not a whole lot that I can do at this point unless I want to redo the painting or, reshape everything. But I think that it's pretty okay considering. But one thing that it's so important to do is just to check it mirrored, because you can really prevent art lean just by doing that as early as possible. All right, so let's see what we got here. My art tutor wants me to start sketching. According to her, I've learned enough to start. I'm just scared. Oh, I do digital drawing, by the way. She makes me flip things all the time, which is why I know things are wrong. Yeah, it's really challenging, because like when you look at it like that, it's like you think something looks good and then you flip it and then it suddenly doesn't look so good all of a sudden, and it's like, it's kind of discouraging. But the thing is, it's about digital. Digital is so handy. There's so much you can do with the tools that are available to you. In digital, you can edit things pretty much on the fly. You can get a grid and you can just pull and stretch and just in a fluid way move things. If you have a good art program to work with. I use Photoshop personally, but there are a lot of things out there. I know Clip Studio Paint is super popular now. I want to see what to do about this, because I want to add some really good details in there. Clip Studio Paint is really gaining a lot of popularity. And that's a really good art program from what I know. And yeah, so I personally use Photoshop. Everyone's gonna have their preferences, that's for dang sure. Never ended cycling of erasing and redoing lines. Never ending cycle. Oh, okay, got you. Clip Studio. I do Photoshop work on the side, but I worry that I may crutch on tools if I start using them. Personally, I love to use tools, but that is my own personal thing. But I think that it's because it's such a luxury to do them in digital. But traditional, you don't really have that as you can't really use those types of tools. So personally, if I want to hone my skills, I work solely in traditional, like I'm doing right now. If I want to worry about that, because yeah, I think that some people really hold on to the tools, and you can kind of see it too. In some people's artwork, you can see who like takes a rasterized sketch layer and adjusts it too much because it sort of pixelates or blurs a little bit in just the wrong way. And you can actually see who tends to do that. I know of a few artists who put out art all the time, and they work like exclusively in digital. And there are parts and layers and things like that you can spot where they like have contorted so many times that it looks blurry, and you can tell that they've been using those types of tools and stuff like that, like almost overusing, you know? All right, let's take a look at this photo again so I know what I'm doing with these fins. Oh, and also, super quick, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, there we go. All right, so I kind of want to look at, okay. I see it. Yeah, so I mean, it just really depends on what you want to do. But I understand that concern, I really do. I think it's good to hone your skills. I do have one suggestion that nobody ever talks about, and this is kind of a me thing, but I do like to share it to people who are interested to learn about it. Does your hand ever like kind of get tired or cramp up over time with your artwork? Like if you're really trying to keep your hand going when your hand is just ready to quit on you, if it starts to get kind of sore. All right. Okay, for sure, it's a personal thing, for sure. That's kind of why I wanted to be able to draw naturally and enhance things with tools. Conceptually understanding what I'm doing, improving the mechanical schools, and modifying or cutting out draw time later. Not for me, I have a very loose pen grip. My shoulder gets kind of tired. Oh, okay, very interesting. Well, that's good. I do know that a lot of people do struggle with the, like, just for drawing too long. Some people struggle with, like a little bit of a pain in their hands. And personally, I do for a while if I'm like not practicing or constantly drawing all the time. Until I started doing this. Now, it seems so unrelated and like it shouldn't even matter, but now I like constantly use chopsticks to eat. I exclusively eat with chopsticks. I pretty much never pick up like a spoon or a fork. Even for like smaller things, I tend to just eat with chopsticks, and that is because it helps me with my hand strength. And my hand strength has gone out on me until I really started focusing on that and doing that. It has helped, it has like worked wonders for me. Just using chopsticks, that's all it is when I eat meals, I use chopsticks. Of course, unless it's like a bowl of cereal or something like that, or soup, you can't really use chopsticks with soup. Well, you kind of can if there's stuff in it, and then, you know, you can just kind of sip out of the bowl or something. But if you want to feed yourself, you gotta feed yourself with chopsticks. And for me, personally, that helps with my dexterity. It helps with my hand strength and my grip. And it's just incredibly useful. Yeah. So I kind of want to get in these negative spaces here, kind of like I did with the birds on Photoshop. So if I can just like I just kind of go back and forth between this and that. But yes, those are like pretty much my bigger tips personally. You know, it's good. It's good that you're kind of looking into those things. I think there's a lot of artists out there that have a lot to offer. I always learn something new from someone else, you know, like I tend to like to watch like YouTube channels that are aimed toward art audiences from artists for artists, so I tend to learn a lot from those. There's a lot to be absorbed and learned out there. There's a lot of information. It's incredibly helpful. So I'm still kind of deciding what I want these fish really to look like. I'm just gonna practice on this fish here. I have no idea if I want it to look like this or not. I have pretty much no idea what I'm doing here, but that's okay. So that one looks really bright. I'm thinking I can really honestly tone all of them down. Since they're so far out in the distance, there's really no reason for them to be looking like that. I think it'd be better for it to be desaturated and kind of more just a background feature. Darken that up a little more. Kind of want to use a bit of black. Yeah. Let's get this on my palette. Alright, ice cream with chopsticks. That actually kind of sounds like a fun challenge. I think once I get over my mental block, absorbing things will be easier. There's a lot of internal conflict at the moment. Oh, that's understandable. This playlist hits different for sure. Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really into the music that I put on my playlist. Some of them are suggestions from other people. Some of them are kind of, you know, things that I just tracks that I really like. Pretty much the ones that you've heard thus far are just ones that that I just really like. I don't like this one. I really like the bass in this song. It's kind of an odd one because like the bass is the melody. I really like this track though, for sure. It's one of my faves. I just like Panel de Pon in general. This is a game on the Super Nintendo. And of course the last one you heard, I think played was the Phoenix Wright kind of like the cornered. So like when you're in the courtroom and you're like, you know, you got the you're the defense attorney, and then you kind of like have all the evidence you need, and you like smack them down and corner them, and basically like, you know, you're winning the court case, the court battle. That's when that plays. I really like that track too. Have you played Sonic Advance 3 OSTs? I don't think I have. Sonic Advance 3. Oh, heard. Oh, I think I might have, but that's something that I should look into. Hold on, let me just take a real quick picture of what you just said, because I do need suggestions. Since my playlist is getting a little bit stale, it needs some extra stuff. I had a little bit of, I had somebody kind of inquired about me adding a song, a specific song to the track recently when I had asked for input, and they were really into this track, and they sent it to me, right? And I was like super hyped up to hear it, and then I heard it, and there's like a lot of moaning in it. I don't feel comfortable playing it in the stream because it sounds like it's like kind of in the music, you know, but it's like there's this girl moaning. I don't know. It doesn't sound like something I would play because it's awkward, and I don't want people to mistake it for me. You know, like it just doesn't sound like it really belongs. The melody in it sounded really good. If they could just do away with the moaning, it would be golden. But it's just not quite there. There are some things I won't play, and that was just one of them. There was just a girl moaning in the track, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. Thank you for your suggestion. But if I can not play that, that would be awesome. For sure. Hilarious. I think I might know the song. Highly recommend Sonic Advance 3 later soundtracks. Holy smoky, they were so good. I'm taking your word for it because so far you really like the ones that I played that I personally put in and really like. The second one I think you'd like is Cliff Notes, the Cliff Stage, Skeleton Boomerang OST. Ooh. Yeah, so what they sent me was like a remix of a song, I think from like a Mario game. I'm not sure if it was like like the new Paper Mario, but it was like a remix of a song. So it was like this kind of almost like a melodic dubstep-y kind of version of the song, or like electronic or EDM or something. And it sounded nice besides the moaning. I was just like, I was totally on board at first, and then that was the thing that got me. I was just like, nope. And it was right off the bat too. The song plays and it's like all this moaning, and I'm like, is this the song? This is the song? Like, this is what we're listening to? Like, okay, no. Can I say no to this? I appreciate their input though. I really, really do. I don't want to off-put anybody for making suggestions or anything like that. I might not say yes to everything. I have definitely had to turn some of them down for sure. Some of the suggestions that I've gotten like on Facebook and the like. There have been a few suggestions that I asked for on Facebook that I listened to the track and I'm just like, hard pass. But they would like talk about it like they love the song, and it's like, you know, I feel kind of bad on that, you know, I feel bad on that, some of them are even good, or, you know, they sound okay, but I just can't play them on the stream. And then there are a lot of suggestions for ones that are like, you know, they're what are those called? Indie games. And indie games tend to get copyright strikes more. Those soundtracks tend not to really do too well with Twitch or YouTube, and you know, I'm exporting to YouTube now, so anything that gets struck by YouTube, I'm removing from my playlist. So I've had to remove, like, I think 2 tracks to appease YouTube and 1 track to appease Twitch so far. So yeah, unfortunately not all of them work, and I know ones for Undertale and stuff like that I'm reluctant to add. I added one from Hollow Knight that got struck. So I'm staying away from the indie games. I'm staying away from Capcom also. Capcom struck me as well. So yeah, those ones are not good for that. Cliff Notes is like a jazzy blues remake. Ooh, that sounds like something I can really get behind. Reasons why we can't have nice things, for sure. If anything, I'd love just to hear your opinions of the songs. Oh, I'm really happy to do that. But yeah, to me it sounds very promising. I like jazzy, bluesy stuff. I like groovy stuff. I like stuff that kind of sounds like, you know, catchy and like kind of 80s. I like that. I really like that. Yeah, I feel like if something's really catchy, chances are I'm gonna like it. If it sounds too alternative, I might not. I tend to like alternative stuff for my own listening. Alternative melodic stuff. But I don't think I like really obscure, you know, styles. Some of the stuff, to me, it's like, you know, like, even if they're popular. Okay, so that kind of goes against the obscure thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like EDM these days is popular. Vaporwave is super popular, but I'm just not terribly into the Vaporwave thing. It's okay. It tries to sound like new agey, like 70s and 80s, but like their version of like futuristic sounds and stuff like that, but also actually like modern, with like modern sound equipment, and something about it just almost doesn't, it just kind of gets rid of the charm of the classics. I don't know, maybe that's just all in my head, but just something about, like, you know, something about like that new wave, like new wave, it's good. I like new wave. But that's old. New wave isn't new anymore. I hate to say that because times moving so fast, you know, like, but yeah, new wave isn't new. Okay, these little fishies. My goodness. Oh my gosh. Fishies, oh my gosh. Alright, let me check this. Okay. I staked 20 subs that you'd like Cliff Notes. I think that's a pretty good bet. You know, and the reason that I say that, though, is I have, like, you know, I have a pretty good faith in that, because you so far have made some really good compliments on some of the tracks that I personally have added to the playlist in my own interest in these tracks and these songs. So, I mean, it sounds to me like our taste kind of aligns, especially with that jazzy bluesy thing that you're sharing with me now. It's that little detail just sounds promising. I kind of like that. Little fish! Itty bitty fish with their itty bitty tails. There's so many of them. Alright, let me see this from a distance. Alright, so I feel like some of that needs to come over here. Or something. I'm going to need to figure that one out. Gotta add some orange to this blue. Here we go. The old casino stage and chemical plants stick into my mind. Easily some of my favorite Sonic music. Oh yeah, those are really good. Oh my gosh. The casino one with the multiplayer one is the one that I have in my playlist. And yeah, chemical plant, that one is so, that one gives me the chills. That one's in my playlist. I'll have to lurk around when you're officially opening up for tracks. I have a fair few. If my ability to judge music taste is decent. I think so, yeah. I'm totally good with that, man. I mean, I would just be happy, you know, if you wanted to send me your requests in like in a whisper or something. Yeah, I'd really be happy to see what you have in mind, because I really don't mind like suggestions and stuff like that. I might not add everything. I have had a fair amount of suggestions that I have not been able to add due to reasons, like with the last one with the moaning. It's like that was just a little. This track is so good. I'm gonna be quiet for this new track. Okay. It's one of the better ones, one of the new ones that I've added. Very melodic sounding. Alright, I can do that. I'll drop the Spotify links for you. If you don't have to add them. I just like to talk music with people, totally. You know, I'm really glad to hear it too, because I mean, I'm one who likes to talk music with people, but I feel like people don't really like to talk music very often. Usually that notion gets rejected. So I'm really down for that though. I mean, yeah, I'm so down for that. Especially if you're kind of like, you know, you have that artistic ear, which it sounds like you do. If you've got kind of like a love for the jazzy bluesy sounds. I'm like, you know, I kind of feel like that kind of takes a little bit of an artistic ear. I feel like it's kind of underappreciated. Those styles are so underappreciated these days. Not to sound like a total hipster right now. Kind of sounds lame, you know, when you hear it, it sounds like, oh, nobody appreciates classic music. Like, it sounds like such a snobby thing to say. But I mean, you know, I don't really have tastes that align with people lately. Everybody likes the new stuff, you know? They always like, I don't know, like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga and whatever else, Billie Eilish. I mean, all the normie stuff, you know? I think that some of it's okay, but I don't know. And then I had, you know, an ex who listened to dubstep all the time, and dubstep's all popular and stuff, and it's like, I don't know. Everybody's got such different music tastes these days. It's just not It's not easy to find somebody who's also interested in kind of the same sounds. Do you prefer tunes without lyrics? I do. I prefer them without. Billie Eilish. I know. That is what you wanted to say. Yeah, for sure. We all want to say it, right? Billie Eilish. That's kind of, you know, how her name sounds. A little bit. I know we're all thinking it. It's the elephant in the room. But yeah, I mean, you know. You know what? I got you. I'm going to Spotify playlist tailored especially to... Wow. Well, you know what? I appreciate that completely. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I do. I like suggestions and stuff like that. If you can happen to kind of like understand what would go good in the playlist, yeah, in this specific playlist for this painting live stream, because I feel like my suggestions so far are super hit or miss. Some of them are good. Some of them are good, and some of them are great. But so far, my favorites that I've got in my playlist were added, of course, by me. Those, of course, were my favorites, and I think most of the compliments came from the ones that I've added, but then I've also added most of them, so there were a few of them that were not my suggestions, or not my suggestions, I'm the one adding them, that weren't, you know, my idea. There were some that were suggestions that have been pretty liked by other people. Some of those being like, one of them being like a Mario Galaxy soundtrack that I added, and then another one, Splatoon. So I've added a few Splatoon ones. What else did I add that people complimented? Actually, I'm not sure that one was, I think I might have picked that one out, even though it was like a track that stuck in my head was Midna Distress, or the Midna soundtrack toward the end of Twilight Princess. I think that was just one that I just happened to remember, and I thought I really liked that soundtrack. I remember that being a really good one, and then I added that. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that came up with that one, unless somebody else told me to. I can't remember, dude. It's been a while since I've actually held like an open question and had people answer and leave me suggestions. I might do that again. It will also keep me from spamming you with links. Yeah, I mean, if you want to spam me with links, it's all good. A playlist, I think, is really a great idea. It's awesome. So I can listen to the playlist, and then if I think anything really jumps out at me, I can go download that track and then add it to the list. This one's one of my faves too. Yeah, this one is Balmerman 64. Let me think now. Those are very silhouette-y. So let's kind of get some white in here. And then we're gonna kind of like Yeah. Okay. Work on these little highlights over here. My paint's drying up just a little bit, but I only have like this teensy little dab here on my palette. It doesn't take very long for it to dry up if I do that. That's kind of my own fault. A little bit. The first one, oh boy, hold on. I sent you my top 4 curated for Sunlit tracks. Nice, thank you. The first one you can ignore if you like. It has words, but I just love the song. I don't know what it is. Oh, I'd be happy to listen to it, yeah. If you do decide to listen to it though, I highly recommend watching it with the video. I think you'll appreciate it as an artist. Ooh, that sounds exciting. I think that sounds like something I'm up for. I think that's something I'll do when this live stream is over. I'll probably just go ahead and listen to it then. Okay. Got a little turtle head. And then we've got to add like that little bitty flipper. Oh yeah. Cool. Okay, we're just kind of like gonna outline this little guy here. Make him a little bit more just defined. Okay, there we go. Alright. I'm super excited to hear your feedback. I'm also going to leave you my Discord tag. I personally don't like talking in servers, but I need it for some commission stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really talk too much in servers either. I have my own personal Discord server, but I'm not super active on it. I've got a few people that are on there. We just kind of leave memes and stuff all the time. And the memes aren't always kid-friendly, so it does have like an 18 or older lock on it, so you have to say that you're 18 or older, so sometimes it's very adult-themed. Yeah, so that little meme section is a little not kid-friendly, but the rest of the server is kid-friendly. The rest of the server is like, so it just depends on what you want. But yeah, if you end up checking it out, just a quick heads up there. So your Discord link, I'll go ahead and add you as a friend, or join your server, whatever it is we're doing in the link. If that's your personal Discord, or if it's your server. But the commissions and stuff, it's good for that. It's good for communicating. It's also good for, like, in case you're playing games with other people too. Like, I do know that it's kind of helpful to have the option to voice and video chat. The option just being there is pretty big. I'm going to go ahead and kind of reshape that. This is going to take a little bit of time. Okay. Here we go. Where are more white paints in here? Oh boy. I already feel old, it's fine. I couldn't subject you to the people that decided to join my server. I don't know what that means or what that entails, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I wouldn't worry about that if that's your concern, or if you think that it's embarrassing or something. Sure, it's completely fine. I'm the kind of person that that associates with things like hell groups and stuff on Facebook. My timeline and my feed on Facebook is much less than appropriate, and it's like very strange humor. Most of it's just memes, just really strange memes. And I think a lot of people are worried that I don't take kindly to stuff like that, or stuff that's kind of out of the ordinary. When in fact I very much do. That's like my preference. I'm kind of a strange individual. So a lot more than I let on. People think I'm very normal. And I do like to kind of give that vibe, you know, like I like to be perceived as a normal person, but I'm very much anything but. I'm not, you know. It's really just a ruse. Yeah, we'll get along just fine. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah. People in my server are interesting, to use a nice word. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine for sure. Like I know I give off some normie vibes, but and I like to, you know, like I don't really want to scare people away, you know. but I'm really not super normie. Unfortunately, I'm a very strange individual. Try as I may, I'm really weird. I've made a lot of friends. Most of my friends list is just people from like shitposting groups and just people who say some really weird stuff, and it just like, you know, and I dump memes everywhere and stuff too. I'm kind of like a meme lord. Not really. I don't make most of the memes that I drop. Usually I find them from some meme lord, and then I spread them around, you know. There's very few memes out there that are my original content. I don't really make very many memes. But I do spread them, for sure. I share them. I'm one of those people. Not gonna lie, I just don't try. Yeah, I mean, over the years, I think it's gotten a little easier for me to just kind of act normal. With like customer service jobs and stuff like that, I have definitely had to be a perky blonde girl, you know, just very normal looking girl, and put on kind of like that kind of vibe, you know, just and that's kind of how I fit in, you know. But yeah, I'm very not. I'm kind of versatile, you know. I can work with that. I can be around people who are normie. It's just I'm not, you know, like I'm not inside. I'm a weirdo. That's pretty much it, you know. But I do kind of like to put on a little bit more of a professional version of myself, specifically for things like representing some studio. Like, so representing my art and my artist MO. Generally speaking, I'm kind of putting on a more, like, you know, a more family-friendly sort of vibe. I'm kind of like, you know, being a little bit more acceptable. And so far it works pretty good, but I also have a backwoods Facebook account that is specifically for like less than normal stuff. And so there are people that are supportive of that as well, so it's good. I kind of have both. That's like the only place where I can sort of represent myself and my artist MO, while also being kind of a weirdo. It's like my only like safe space where I do that. I don't advertise that personal Facebook account. Like if people happen to find me through that, they can find Summer Studio. But if you look through Summer Studio and you can't find that account. So you have to be interested in that weirdness before you can even find my art stuff, if that makes any sense. Or you can just come across my art stuff and I just have this very normal demeanor about me. I'm not like, you know, obnoxiously shit posting or anything like that. I am just being like normal. I'm painting, you know, I'm talking about the paints, we're talking about the playlist. I tend not to really let that bleed into the other stuff that I do. If that makes sense. Alright, so let's see. Let's just say I'm sharp-witted in all the wrong ways. Oh boy, understandable. Well, you know what they say. I don't know what Deggins. I'm kind of dumb. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Deggins? Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's helpful to kind of have both, I think. Especially since, I will say this, while I was on Etsy, kind of like, you know, making my keychains that were kind of geared more towards like children and it's a family-friendly sort of thing, I do have to be a little bit more professional in the stuff that I put out there, like as far as my art goes, as far as my, you know, artist personality and stuff like that. I do have to be a little bit more professional, but there is that side of me. Like, it exists, it is there. I cannot hide it completely, but it's there. Unfortunately. It's there. I think I want to make that turtle a little tiny bit more. Like, I want to add like much darker areas. I want to do this. Yeah, I kind of want it to be like really like higher contrast than this. Yeah. Okay, higher contrast, higher contrast. And I kind of want like this to be thinned out a lot. What is on my foot? I don't see anything, but I felt something. Okay, there we go. Alright. Also, I'm just now realizing it's almost 3 a.m. Oh my gosh! I need to sleep soon. I have work in the morning. Oh boy! Well, don't let me keep you up. Thanks so much for being here and hanging out as long as you did. It's awesome. It's awesome that you're here and able to send me some playlist stuff. I see your link just came through. So that's something that I can look forward to at the end of this. I'm like, you know, ending the stream in like, I'm gonna say an hour and a half. Yeah. So I'm like halfway through the stream right now, so I have a little bit of ways to go. So I shall wish you a good night. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me and talking music with me for a while. That was really cool. I'd like to do that again. We can chill and talk about the music, and I'll follow up with my opinions too, because I'm interested to see what you've sent. That's pretty exciting. Absolutely, we'll have to have another chat. I would like that very much. Have a super good night. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, we are just gonna continue working on this turtle here. This little turtle. Oh yes. Got a lot of turtle left to go. I feel like I'm not really sure, but I feel like I'm not. I feel like there's just something wrong about this turtle so far. We're still working on it. Okay. I almost feel like there's something that's missing. Maybe like reflectivity of like the light or something. I'm not really sure. And also, I feel like some of the fish, I feel like there's more fish to be added kind of in the surrounding areas, like something kind of like this. Like there are like so many fish, and they should be like kind of like in varying sizes and stuff like that. And so far, it's not quite there yet. Here. Okay. Well, so far, storm. I don't hear that storm that was like approaching really fast, like a few hours ago. It's kind of crazy how a storm was just approaching so quickly. But now it's nowhere to be found. No, it is nowhere to be found. We see this in the camera view. Okay, so I'm looking at it right now in camera view. And there are some things I'm kind of noticing. Like, for instance, I'm noticing that this needs to be like, I feel like this kind of needs to be like fixed up a bit. We need a higher contrast over here. I think this thin needs to be kind of like, the width needs to be adjusted there. Okay, very good. I kind of want to shave off some space around it. Some of the surrounding space should be kind of like some of that negative space should be just shaved off a little bit. Perchance, maybe I can kind of fix up this over here. I feel like I should just overlay all of that with cyan. Just a bit of cyan, honestly, to kind of combat some of that aggressive shadows over here. Alright. And then some white, some cyan. Just a really nice light cyan. Okay, that's kind of cute. Alright. That's kind of starting to make a little bit more sense to me. A little more color. Like a little bit of a pop of color in there. It's kind of hard to see in the camera. I'm a little bit disappointed at that, but you know, what are you gonna do, really? I feel like that was the good thing about having a camera strapped to my head when I started doing this streaming, was that I could really zoom into those details all the time. So maybe, I don't know if I'll ever go back to doing that, but it's definitely harder to see in the camera. I might end up doing that at some point, but who knows? Let's see. Alright. And now, I suppose, while I kind of let my eyes adjust to that, because I think it's okay, but I don't think it's, like, amazing. You know, I kind of feel like I should kind of be adding, like, a fish in closer to the foreground. A little bit, just kind of up in the foreground. A little closer, perhaps, or maybe just a couple of them that are a little bit closer. But I don't know where it would be good. Where is good for the composition of the piece? Maybe like, I'm not sure, dude. I am not even sure myself. Here, and here. I kind of want to mark those a little bit. Maybe even like one right here. I kind of feel like if I just start painting in like a little fish, I suppose like right like a fish that's a little bit closer, Alright, so that takes care of one. I kind of feel like I should outline a little bit of that edge here. So this is like, obviously this is like more of a silhouette. At least right now, it's more of a silhouette. We're going to add some more detail, a little bit. bit like a fish. A little bit. If we zoom in, I'll go ahead and zoom us in carefully. I don't know how well you can see that little guy, but there's a nice close look at that tiny little thing. And zoom back in. Good. Not fully focused. Alright, hold on. Let me just... That's a little better. Okay. We are recentered. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to add. Oh, I do think that I should probably be adding a little bit of orange in here as well. Alright. Now, get more white paint and try and get those highlights in again. Just gonna add a little bit more to the palette here because it seems like my white paint's drying up a little bit. I've got the humidifier on full blast, but it's not always enough, you know. Sometimes because I put the paint on so thin or because I use so little on my palette, at times just for detailing, sometimes it dries out a little bit too fast for me to fully use. Which is okay. It's okay. Funny little fish. And then let's go ahead and add like a little black speck for the eye. Tiny little black speck. There we are. Don't try. Sure how to feel about it. Let's go ahead and add some more yellows. You know, I don't think I've ever painted a fish before, so hopefully it looks okay. At least for now. I don't know if it does. He's really a little guy. So, we'll just kind of focus in on something else. Thank you! I think he looks okay. I might do another fish like him soon. But I also kind of want to add like a leaf that's a little bit more dynamic and kind of goes over the tail just a bit. Just to kind of add something to make it not look so rigid and flat. Thinking it's probably going to be good if I do that. So let's go ahead and add some ultramarine. Cyan is good. ultramarine, some sand, some processed yellow, and mix it really good. Processed yellow, ultramarine. Perhaps even a little bit of cobalt blue, actually, just because the cobalt blue is nice and rich. And because it's such a rich paint, it's super opaque. That way I can kind of layer it on there without us having to see underneath it. That way we don't have to layer too many layers on, actually. It would prevent that. It wouldn't be an issue anymore. It wouldn't be so thin or see-through. So this is kind of dark because of the cobalt that's in it. Definitely need more processed yellow, that's for damn sure. Ooh. There we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm mixing up the right color. There we go. He's so good. Oh, thank you. I just love that little fish. Oh, thank you. He's an itty bitty little guy, and we'll add a couple more like him. I was thinking probably somewhere around like here, maybe. Maybe I'll mark that right there, just so that I know where I'm putting them. And yeah, so I think that's probably a good spot for them, for another one. But probably a little further out in the distance or something. I'm not really entirely sure what direction I want to go with it, but we'll see. Okay, so this part of the tail, that part of the tail, I feel like I can kind of sort of erase. And then we'll use some black paint because it's going to be really dark. There. Okay, nice. Black paint and yellow paint makes a kind of green paint. You wouldn't think so, but it does, really does. Alright, so let's just kind of have this little piece of seaweed. This little piece of seaweed's just gonna stick out like a little sore thumb. Okay. Alright. We're gonna kind of have this little piece like go kind of like that. Okay. So it really sticks out right now. Let me show you a little trick. If we paint some green over the black, we can mellow it out just a bit. And then if we paint yellow over the black, it looks green. Right. There we go. And then if I add a little bit of yellow in here, we can kind of separate it. Alright, let's get a little hard edge going on in there. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Get some more of these darker leaves toward the bottom here. Just kind of add some more dynamic lighting, I guess you could call it. We want it to be a little bit darker. Okay. Okay, so let's kind of add some more in here. We want this to be like, you know, not a whole lot of light is really touching this section of the seaweed over here. So it should kind of be like, kind of be like this. It should be kind of like a high contrast looking spot over here, but it's pretty low contrast considering, and I think that can be changed. Alright. I do think a bit of green would look nice. Here still. Okay. Let's try and get a little more. Of these shadows kind of in the rest of the seaweed over here. Should get a little more high contrast. Alright, how's that looking? A little bit better, I think. Although I do also think some of this could be darkened. Wow. And in that flow state, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to talk while I'm in this state of mind. It's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, so let's see. So far, so good, I think, with this seaweed. Detailing, detailing. So many details. Alrighty. go. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at it on the camera. Alright, so I think it looks pretty okay. There is something about this though. It's actually kind of bugging me a little bit. I think if I take some yellow, something more like that. Now let me just check again. Okay, I think that that kind of helped, but I also think that some yellow should be right here too. A little bit of yellow and a little bit of black. Okay. Right there, very cool. Alright, now let's take a look at that and let's see how it is. Quite a bit better. I feel like it's a lot more dynamic now. Very nice. But it also, upping the contrast on that also kind of makes it look like the dragon doesn't have a whole lot of contrast on it either, particularly the shadows. So I think what I want to do about that is, I think I want to kind of mix up like a really deep violet and some of that clear leveling gel and just kind of play it safe. Just kind of layer over it. Something that I might want to do. But perchance I can catch a break and actually get like a little bit of fresher idea in my head after just kind of chilling a little bit and looking at this with a little bit of night coffee. I think that would be very helpful. So I think it's about time for a little break. How about a little 10 minutes? I'll be back in 10, you guys. BRB. See you soon. Gammy loves Robin. And anybody else who is watching. Yeah, night coffee. See you soon. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at the thing and I'm thinking maybe I should really up the contrast on the dragon. I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to have to. But I feel like I'm not going to be able to rest until I do. Like it just seems like it's got to happen for it to stand out from the background, right? The contrast just needs to be upped. There's really not much more to it. But I think, thinking about overthinking it, I think it is kind of overcomplicating it. So I think I can do this just fine. I think it'll be okay. It is not something that I want to have to do, but I think that I can do it just by kind of focusing on really small sections where I think contrast needs to be added. So shifting my focus to that right now, we are going to add natural rude red, just a tiny bit. Oh wow, that's so vivid. Oh, that's gonna be good, I think. A little bit of that, a little bit of cadmium, perhaps. Okay, very good. And a little bit of, well, I already have cyan here, so maybe some magenta. Where is magenta? Oh, alright. I'll let you guys vibe to the music. Alright, so now take a little bit of black in this violet mixture that I've come up with. Would actually really help get it to be quite a bit darker. A little bit of violet in here. Alright. That's a pretty deep violet. We're going to focus on these, I'm going to be kind of like in this little flow state here. So just vibe to the music while I kind of get in the zone. You really gotta focus. Oh. Alright. There you go. let's kind of add some of this paint thinner stuff. It will help with what I am trying to do. A little bit of paint thinner in here. A little bit of blendy. Definitely needs to be more transparent than that. Go. I think it's working a bit. Let's get a little bit more of this violet. I'm gonna start kind of adding it places. Right. And now we're going to start to dilute that and bring some of it out. Let's see. This is kind of working out for us. Cool. It's kind of this is kind of actually working quite well. Quite well. I'm satisfied with the way that this is going so far. we're going to lighten this up just a bit. Alright, so far so good, I think. We just gotta keep it moving. The changes, they look so subtle, and that is okay. Right. Progress. We're making progress. Oh, baby dragon. Little baby. He's so small. And he's a baby. Alright. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Gotta keep on painting. Alright. So excited. Once we finally finish this thing. By finish, I mean move on to the next phase. Say whatever that means, right? Whatever that means. But it's very exciting. You'll see what I'm talking about. Eventually. Yeah. Right, let's take a look at it from a distance. So far, so good, I think. Alright, so maybe I do need to add a little bit of shadow though with the arm here, the other arm. Okay. I think that's helping. I actually do. I actually think that's helping. Okay. Boy, this paint thinner is mighty helpful. I will definitely need more of it though. I'm starting to run out a little bit. Gotta get more on my palette here. I'm so quiet, guys. I don't know if it's preferred. If it is, then I guess that's good, right? If it isn't, I apologize. I am a little bit quiet. But, I think I'm kind of hitting that flow state over here. It's a really nice mental place to be in. To be completely honest with you, I really love it. Okay, upping the contrast is actually working out really, really well for me. I'm quite happy with this so far. All right, that's working out nicely, I think, in my own opinion. It's awesome, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Just gotta up the contrast. The paint thinner really helps for blending already like dried, established paint. That paint's already there and it's already laid down and I can't really do much except paint over it. But instead of mixing up a brand new color for every different color that I overlay, since I just kind of want like the hue of this violet on top, mixing with the paint thinner is just really helping. Okay. I think, doing that would be good. All right. Alright. And then you just kind of vary and adjust the amount of paint thinner that you use, depending on how much you really need. I mean, it just depends on how much of the layer underneath you want to show through. So I do want that to be like blue still. Really nice cyan, probably. Mostly cyan. Okay. Alright, and then I do kind of want it to be lightened a little bit, so we're just thinking about... I will need to paint green over top of that, because that's not quite what I want. Alright, let's do this. Okay, let's try that again. I hear, how are you? McQuacken, hello! Oh my gosh, it's McQuacken, and thanks for getting my attention. Oh my gosh, You probably did that to give me the look. It's little Mr. Brewster saying, "How are you?" Always gets my attention, without fail. Hello, McQuacken! That was awesome! Always works, man. That always works. Without fail. Alright, let's see how it looks from this other screen here. Pretty okay. I think I kind of need to blend this color a little bit better. Probably get a little bit of green in there. Not super green, just kind of green. But hey, McQuacken, how are you doing this evening? It's awesome that you can make it. Pretty close to wrapping things up tonight. Pretty close. Pretty close to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a little bit of violet. Let's get our super diluted violet. And we're going to go over the tail just like this. Okay. Oh man, that paint thinner just works wonders. It's so awesome. McQuacken, I'm okay, tired. I'm glad I could make it for the last bit. Well, thank you for being here for the last bit. I mean, yeah, I know it's only like about 10 minutes left, but I feel that I've made some pretty significant progress tonight. Especially since I'm going back over the dragon, and I'm adding some kind of like, I'm kind of upping the contrast by adding more shadows and darker tones. So, and that's become a lot easier since I broke out my paint thinner stuff. My acrylic medium. It works really great for this. But I'm really glad that you're here. I'm sorry you're tired. I don't mean to keep you. And if you're tired, I won't be hurt. If you go sleepy sleep. I had too much caffeine for so late. Actually, I took a little break and I was thinking about night coffee, but I'm like, nah. I had a little caffeine before the stream, so it probably wasn't the best idea. Instead, I just kind of sat back and really thought about what I wanted to do with this painting, like what are the next steps I want to take. And honestly, since adjusting the values down here, I'm just like, the rest of the painting really needs a bit of an adjustment as well. I'm coming to find, I think his face also needs a little bit more, so hopefully I don't ruin him with this, but I'm about to do something. Okay, we're going to add some more depth to his cute little baby face. Just more depth, more depth. And I'm going to use a lot of this paint thinner. It's going to help me tons. Ah. Hopefully that looks okay. It's hard to say from here. Let me take another little look. It's a little bit better. Being tired is my own fault. I love how beautiful this one is. Oh, thank you. Well, being tired isn't your own fault. Being tired is a human thing. You can't blame yourself for being tired, especially at a pretty reasonable time, McQuacken. Isn't it pretty late for you? Like, real late for you, you know? I think it's totally okay to be tired, you know? You don't need to be upset at yourself for being tired. It's a natural bodily thing. You need your rest, and rest is important. Not to be acting like your mother or anything, but yeah, definitely get some good rest. 100% necessary. Or I'm coming after you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna get you. Okay, so I think, yeah, to be honest with you, I should be sleeping when I'm out of here, once I'm done with this. Yeah, but right now, dude, I'm just so, like, in the zone. I don't even want to stop. It just doesn't seem like it's been that long. It doesn't seem like I, you know, had a 3-hour session. I'm kind of itching for more, you know? Kind of itching for more, but I really should sleep. My husband was like, you know, right after your stream, come to bed. You know, he doesn't sound like that, but you get my point. He doesn't have the weird high voice that I just gave him for some reason. I'm not really sure why I did that. Doesn't make any sense, but, you know. Let's see. So if I use that, a little violet overlay over top of this, would this look good? Or would it look icky? Of course, I do need some more of this stuff for blending. Oh man. There's a second phase of this that I'm so excited for. You've gotta understand. This painting, I know everybody's sick of seeing it, but it's not quite done yet. We're not quite there. There's still so much more to do. Believe it or not, there's a second phase that's gonna be kind of, it's gonna be kind of wild. But bear with me. It's a secret though. You'll see what the secret second phase is. He's such a little baby. And then also, let's kind of add this little bit up here. I'll get some violets in here. Oh yeah, that blends in so much better. That really blends in much, much better than it did. Oh my gosh, it makes a difference. There, okay. It's 3 a.m. I hope you get some good rest after this, so thank you. I definitely should. Oh my goodness, I'm just enjoying this so much. I'm enjoying painting it and just getting in the zone, dude. Like, I don't know, I just don't want to stop. It's so bad. Like, it's so bad. Like, how much I just wanna be here and just paint all night. Like, almost just too much. I would drive myself completely nuts. The breaks though, like stopping in between streams is so necessary. I've come to find that, like, if I step away from the painting and I don't look at it for a little while, I can approach it again with fresh eyes. It really helps me to kind of come back to it with just a clear mind, because it is kind of hard to just keep going on the same, like, just keep going on the same session, and then, like, you start to kind of lose your focus and your senses just kind of, I don't know, they get stale. Something happens to where your perception just gets kind of stale. Sadly, like, even when you're in that mood to just keep it moving, it's not always the best thing to actually do. So I will allow myself to stop, because when the sessions get kind of long, I'll be stopping shortly though. I say that and then I don't. I'm still, like, so in the groove right now. I just can't stop it. I can't stop. 3 a.m. dude, that's late. / early. Depends on who you are and how you look at it. Yeah. Okay, so that's helpful. And then I think okay. And then if I add some more of the paint thinner just on the outside here, I can blend it better. Wow, this is helping so much. Like, oh my gosh. And then I think I need to re-highlight some stuff too, as well. Seems like it. Especially kind of around here, I feel like some of this doesn't need to be as dark as it actually is. So let's just go over that with some cyan. A little better. Oh, what's that? Oh, wow. Is it a raid? Oh my gosh, a big raid. What the heck? I was just about to end. Hello guys. Hey everybody. I suppose I can go a bit longer. Hi, Big Stevo, Pyropixie. Thank you so much and welcome. Too bad you must stay forever. That's crazy and that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Dude, that's so crazy. Welcome. Yeah, so right now, as you can see, I am working on an acrylic painting of this guy. This painting in particular is Glimmering Seabed. So we're in the ocean and looking at this little dragon, and he's just kind of clinging on to a little piece of seaweed, just kind of looking off in the distance like he does. And yeah, well, it's so funny because I was actually just about to kind of like wrap things up, but now that you guys are here, I suppose things change a little, huh? That's awesome. So I was kind of thinking, actually, I was also saying, like, I didn't want to wrap things up and I didn't want to stop, so you guys are, like, giving me an excuse to keep going. So I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I'm just very happy with that. Yeah, that's very cool. This piece is awesome. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. That is so cool, you guys. So this piece in particular, I am going to do something a little different with it from like what I've done before. I've never done what I'm about to do with it. And by about to, I mean a few sessions down the line, so this isn't going to be like immediate or anything like that. But something's about to happen. And you'll see what I mean. So this is like the 16th session, which is really long, you guys. This is a very, very long-standing series. So we're on the 16th session, and there's more to go. And I think that most of the viewers are kind of like aching for a scene change, to be honest with you, because it has been so many sessions, which is actually kind of coming. I won't spoil the surprise, but there will be a scene change. Things will look different about this painting pretty soon here. But I'll be working on the same painting. It'll just be phase 2. If you can guess what I'm talking about, that's awesome. If you can't, well, I'm not spoiling the surprise. I'm so excited about it. How long have you been working on it? It's been ages. I'm on the 16th session right now. Each session spanning anywhere between generally 3 hours, but some of them have been like an hour and a half or so, so I would have to cut them short. But yeah, but it's been quite some time that I've been working on it. Not gonna lie, it's been quite the series. But I will say that it has taken me less time than my last painting, which is a bonus. That's a positive thing. There's something to be said about that. I am improving as far as the speed goes. Just a bit. Just a bit. Alright, so I don't want to darken this up a little bit. Okay, and I do kind of want to blend this as well. We need to kind of make this a little bit more clear. So right now, I'm getting into the stage where I'm actually using some paint thinner. And the paint thinner is helping me to kind of like get this acrylic to go a little bit, like it goes on a little bit lighter. Like you can actually see the layer underneath. It's a little bit more clear. So it's making it easier to kind of like get bold with the colors over top of stuff that I've already painted without like ruining underneath, if that makes any sense. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a really long series. But I'm really enjoying it. This one I had in my head for a long time, even longer than I've been painting it. So I'm really glad to actually be working on it, because I just got to get it out of my head. It really is like that sometimes. But thank you guys so much for being here. Gosh, you rock. How was your stream? I'm assuming that you had a good stream, right? What were you doing? Did you play a game or make art? Pyropixie. What kind of stuff are you into? I just kind of went over that section that I think I could stand to lighten up a little bit. A little bit of white. Okay. Let's take a look. I think if I do this. Go something kind of like that, and then I can just start moving this downward. Oh, that's too dark. Oh goodness. That's okay though. I'll just use paint thinner on it. No big deal. Go. Okay. There we go. It was great. I'm a paper artist. I finished a piece from Alice in Wonderland tonight. Oh, that's so exciting. Wow, paper artist, huh? So, like, origami? Or like, let me think. There's that paper craft that like you print and then you fold the printed paper or the thick paper into like very three-dimensional. Is that kind of what you do? Because I've known of like one paper craft artist that did stuff like that, and I'm not really sure if that's what we're talking about, but that sounds really exciting. A piece from Alice in Wonderland. Very cool. I should check your VOD. Should check that out. Alright, so I definitely need some more of this paint thinner, but this time we're going to use it on some lighter colors instead of darker colors. Just get a nice big scoop of it and just kind of put that right on my palette over here. Nice. Here we go. I cut everything with a blade and then glue it together. No folding involved. Ooh. I think painting with paper. Oh, you're talking about like the, okay, so I've seen like illustration sort of things that are like flat paper cut, like paper craft, paper cut. Oh, that sounds so cute. That sounds wonderful. I would love to check out your stuff. Oh my gosh. That sounds wonderful. I used to kind of want to try to do that. Big Steve. Oh, Link okay. Yes, Link is okay. Link is perfectly accepted. I am quite happy for people to share their links. You know. Yeah, you guys don't be afraid to, you know, self-promote on my channel. I personally am not offended by that, and I'm not bothered by that. I like to check other people out and I like to be able to kind of help out in that way. Somebody has to do it. Here we go. Ooh. Pixie cuts paper. Let's try and open this up. Let's give it a look. Alright. So while that's loading on my computer, I'm just going to continue. Oh gosh. Okay, so I put this stuff here so that I could thin out some yellow and a little bit of cyan and a little bit of white. Okay. White, cyan, yellow. Alright, so while that's loading, I'm just gonna quickly... My computer's kind of slow, so I'm just gonna let it be slow for a sec. Because that way I can just go ahead and paint while I have this and while this isn't too dry. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Pixie Cats. Oh my gosh, they're so cute! Oh my goodness. See, oh my gosh, the fat Bugs Bunny. Oh my god, I love it. Dude. Yes. This is amazing. Okay. Why do I have to log in it? Oh, this is on Instagram. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So, I'm going to have to bookmark this because I'm not logged in on my computer. But, oh my gosh, those are so cute. Unbelievable. I love them. Great work. Yeah, I'm happy to see that. Yeah, you guys. And, yeah, I think it's good for, I think it's good for people to self-promote a little bit. I personally am pretty happy with it. That way other people can check out and support each other. Yeah, because you never know what you'll find. There's always more to discover. And I am happy that people can you know, it's kind of sad that like you can't like really self-promote most places. I think it is kind of like rude in some atmospheres, especially since some people really abuse it. But so far, like since I've been on Twitch, so many people are just so supportive, you know, and just a lot of artists who just support each other. You know, it's not even, I don't know. I just think it would be good for people to kind of share their links and stuff, you know. I definitely welcome that. Always. Never know what you'll find here, really. That is so cool. I love those. And they're done so well. Oh my gosh. So do you like cut with like an X-Acto knife? Like, I gotta know your process. Those look wonderful. Yeah, aren't those cool? Probably easier to see than try to explain, for sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely better because then I can like put a visual to it much better. Yeah, so I've seen like illustrations that are cut out style like that. Those ones look like they're just so perfectly cut. They look great. Alright, so a little bit of white over here. We gotta get a nice little highlight with a nice... right there. gonna go ahead and get ourselves a nice highlight on that too. We're good. And then what else? I think I need like a little pale green over here. I think that helps, I guess. I'm not really sure if I did that okay. It looks a little bit like ambient light. So, okay. So I think I'm all right with that. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so let's see here. Just gotta go ahead and... Sorry, you guys, I'm just super in that flow state, you know, where you're just really focused. Sorry for being really quiet. I'm just really fixing up this little dragon over here, and I'm seeing all kinds of things to do, and so I'm just like really in the zone. Hopefully the music kind of like entertains you so that it's okay that I'm a little quiet right now. I'm just kind of like in that zone, just really hyper focused in the flow state, as they say. I love that flow state. Okay. Alright, let's see how this looks through the camera lens. Camera lens usually helps me decide if I've done something right, or it kind of helps me get that thumbnail view. Right. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. Oh boy, my humidifier is going out. My humidifier says it's time, Time to hang up the hat. Just about. I'm still. We gotta let the song play first. It's a really good one. Alright. Just a little bit. Tiny bit. Okay. What do we think of that? Alright, just gotta keep stepping back and looking. Like, I just have to keep looking at it from different angles just to make sure I'm doing this okay. Not messing up what I've been working on for so very long. It's really important. Okay. Alright, this is working out just alright. Thanks you guys so much for being here. It means a lot to me. I apologize for my quietness. Usually I'm pretty talkative. I think sometimes it's okay to be a little bit quiet and focused. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm probably going to call it a night pretty soon here though. I would say I'm just about done. Just about. Kind of at the end of my paint here. Just pretty close. Not quite there yet. Just really almost though. Almost. At the end of my palette for the evening. Does anybody know who is live that could be rated right now? I suppose I can check my Twitch and see who I follow that is currently live. While I continue to highlight this, I'll just go ahead and pull up some Twitch app over here. Oh, Pixel is always live when I'm done. He sure knows how to get the raids. Okay, so you guys are coming from a crafting channel. Well, I have really good news for you because I know of somebody in your niche who is Pixel and Stitches. He actually, he makes things. Let's see what he does. Oh, gosh, he's actually not making anything tonight. He's playing Terraria. I'm sure that's okay, though. Typically, if you guys want to check out his VODs, I'm sure that would be highly appreciated. Pixel and Stitches, he makes sewing patterns, and he sews things together, and he has like a pattern book, and he sews things live, and he makes really cool stuff like bull cozies, or you know, just blankets and things like that. Very cool. And they're in like a pixel, kind of like a gamey art style. So hence the name Pixel and Stitches. He is LGBTQ friendly. Very, very kind person. And definitely worth supporting, in my opinion. He's kind of in my circle of the people who I follow. He's a friend of a friend of a friend. And definitely worth checking out. So let's go ahead and raid him, you guys. I'm sure he'd be super appreciative of that. As for me, I'll probably peace out pretty soon. I might just put it on lurk mode. So yeah, I'll probably pop in, say hi, and just kind of lurky. But yeah, so far so good tonight. We've made some decent progress. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and raid him. Hold on. Yeah, raid. Stitches. Will it type? That's the only thing. My computer is so unbelievably slow. So incredibly slow. Alright, so let's see. Chat. We're gonna try this. Oh my gosh, OBS is so slow. It's because I have so many things going on here. It's just what happens, I suppose. Yeah, so I think we're about to raid. Alright, you guys. See you there. Bye, everybody.